All right, Coach. Coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Cincinnati Bengals and our home team. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Let's go! Let's go! Come to my work! We want it! Come to my work! He's checking the ball. That's right! 30 seconds!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And connecting here with DJ Sharp. And all the way down to the 29.
Let's go!
A huge play there right off the bat. 44 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Kill! Hey, screen!
Play action. It's Jackson. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for his tight end. Wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Check 99!
Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So now on Chargers. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And a catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Push him back.
They're going to look to throw. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for the Bengals. 41 yards.
First down, Cincinnati.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. It's Mixon on the counter. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
90. Wolf. Stay situation. Let's go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. 2nd and 10. throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by Derwin James. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Either not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
At the 27-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Switch up. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Check safety. Check safety. Any weapon.
Play action. Now Jackson shoves him aside. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll go down 40 at the 41. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
On the set. 50 seconds to Mike. Hey, watch the lane. Hatchet. Check 50.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Alert 3. Wide. Get wide. Shift.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Jackson from the shotgun. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2 big plays in succession, and the Chargers on the move. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. Throwing is Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the counter, here's Gordon. And they'll get him down right around the 16. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Don't be scared of it. 52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
From the gun, Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, Pete. It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day.
On the carry, it's Boone. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Mike Boone, 61 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Check, 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 check.
Jackson now. And his throw is incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, it's Jackson. And an alley to run. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down.
1st down, Cincinnati.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Everyone go forward, down.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run with Boone here. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch tight, tight is right. Watch tight, tight is right. 4 down, 4 down. Out. 61. Matchbox, right. Let's go.
A quick throw now complete to Ross. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 50, clear. H3, Juke, 18, chopper. Now, switch.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Let's go.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you, son. I got it too. Jet, Bama. Put it to. Jet, Bama. Switch.
waiting from the gun. Jackson, he's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
Now, they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
Got it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
We got this.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They'll look to throw here on first down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Shift. Watch the shift.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You've got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm here all game.
From the gun, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Switch.
To throw is Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. Geno Atkins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Check this guy. Let's go. Come on. Slam. Squeeze.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Mixon looking for a seam, but now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Now back to throw. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
First down, Bengals.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Grace don't travel. Grace don't travel.
2nd and 4. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And picked up by the Chargers. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not only going to tip it, I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll set up a throw. And Eifert has it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
Yeah, he did. They're going to look to throw. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross there to make the grab. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep. Man up, deep. Hey, watch it. Kill, run it.
Jackson operating from the gun. And he's going to go down again. Geno Atkins in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now here's Ross. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield.
Check nickel. Whip. Watch the whip. Let's go.
Back to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
49. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
He'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
49. Check 49. Recon, 132 fight. Launch 49. Hey, here we go.
They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Life 64, weak.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
49 the mic, right? 49. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Ready?
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Now Jackson on first down. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Set, ready. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That one complete. He finds Shark. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
35-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
I'm coming for you, son.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This one out quickly to Watkins. Officially it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson, and it's complete. Henry, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check the. Wait.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Here we go. Hey, hold on. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. And this is caught by Watkins. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. The Chargers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson now. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson, and this is caught. That's Watkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Too little, Duck Tech. City weapon.
On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 4. Jackson from the shotgun. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jackson throwing again. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On third down, Jackson. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener. And it's a first down.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They come out here in the I. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Watch twitch. Alert flare. Alert flare.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
One man in the backfield, that's Gordon, second and goal. They get it to him running left. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense. Mike 52, Mike 52. Here I come.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Josh Lambo now for the Charger field goal. And Lambo will put this one through, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still got to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He'll get 3 up to midfield. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Set. Under 10, 10.
On second down, boom. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now the Bengals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. 30, 10, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Second and 13. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
And it's 3rd down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
49 to Mike. Watch 49. I got it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Green brings it in. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Geno Atkins in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
57 to Mike.
Back to throw. Able to get this to Gordon. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
57. Russell run. They're running it. Okay. Pressure. Check 37. Check 52.
Throwing now is Jackson. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time. Well, they have had no answer to this connection all night long.
Yeah, you just have to think in a 2-minute situation, that's got to be a concentration lapse. You know they're going to go back to him with the game that he's been having.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
54. Quit talking about it. Check.
They'll look to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for Cincinnati, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next.